Hello,
Hello,
hello po kuya.
Kaya, ito
welcome
na
back.
po.
Okay, welcome back.
Okay.
I hope na hindi magloko ngayon.
Yan nga.
Ba't
Ako po
mahirap
kuya,
tas mas mahirap yun, kuya?
Alin?
Ba't parang mas mahirap yun?
Google Meet hindi. Pagka naka-set up ka na doon, ano siya, mas stable. Kahit na libre, hindi pro, mas stable siya kaysa sa Zoom. Ang Zoom kasi lalo Sabado at Linggo, maraming gumagamit eh. Pagka
mm,
free, mas priority nila yung pro. Okay, so anyway, let us continue our discussion. So, nandito na tayo ngayon sa three blessings. And then, be fruitful, multiply. So, natapos natin yung be fruitful. Ang sabi sa be fruitful, it talks about individual maturity. Dapat ang tao, si Adan at si Eva, binigyan sila ng responsibilidad ni God na maging matured. For what purpose? Ang purpose nun is before they enter into family life, pagpunta dun sa second blessing. And the second blessing is what? The second blessing is to multiply, diba? To enter into family. So ito yung pinaghahandaan ng Diyos, kaya binigyan muna sila ng first blessing na to be fruitful. So that when they enter into family life, they are matured to establish a family. And this is the second blessing of God. Mag-matured sila para mag-enter sila into a family life, and then makabuo sila ng true family or ideal family wherein magiging pundasyon yon para sa pamayanan, mag-create ng pamayanan at palakihin ito into nation, and finally, the establishment of God's kingdom. So that is the purpose of the second blessing, to establish God's kingdom. How about the third one? The third one is dominion. Dominion over the creation. So binigyan ng Diyos si Adan at Eva na ikatlong blessing na magkaroon sila ng kapamahalaan sa creation. So anong klaseng dominion ito? So when man become matured and enter into family life, humanity together with the creation, they must be united, centering on the love of God, no? To establish God's kingdom. So ibig sabihin, man will become the Lord of the creation. Tayo ang mangangalaga sa creation ni God. And God expected us to have dominion, to establish a one world family under one parent, and that is God. So makita nyo rito, that is the very purpose of God, to establish a one world family under one parent, and that is under God. Okay? So ito yung blessing na binigay kay Adan at kay Eva. So makita nyo na consistent yung binigay na blessing ni God na bago ka mag-enter into family life, dapat ihanda ka ni God. At ang paghahanda na yon is sa pamamagitan na mag-matured muna kayo. Dahil alam ng Diyos na ang pagtatayo ng isang pamilya ay kailangan ng wisdom. And this wisdom will only get through the maturity of individual. Okay? That's why ito yung binigay na blessing ni God. So this is the original plan of God on how to establish God's kingdom is through the family. Kaya ito yung role na to ng pamilya. We have that responsibility to establish God's kingdom first in our family and then enlarge into society, nation, and the world. Ito yung sistema ng pag-establish ng kaharian. Okay? So, ang tanong, na-realize ba to? Itong three blessing na binigay ni God kay Adan at kay Eva? Hindi. So, ano nangyari? So, because Satan get into picture, he introduces a kind of love that is different from God, God's love. He introduced it to Adam and Eve. At ito yung finalo. At ito yung ni-receive ni Eva at saka ni Adan. So that's why instead of become blessing ito, yung first na fruitful ay maging blessing, it turns into curse. Naging sumpa sa tao. So instead of becoming mature, naging immature ang tao. Yung kanilang mind and body were always rebel against each other, centering on Satan. That's why they become immature. Diba? Kaya ang tao, is there are so much confusion in man about God. There are many people who don't believe in God. There are many people who don't understand God because of this. Nagkaroon ng confusion sa tao. And not only that, di ba? Even ang tao, hindi nila alam kung paano sila kinrate ni God, kung anong creation na ginawa sa kanila. Di ba? May mga lalaki na they feel na hindi sila lalaki. May mga babae na they feel na hindi sila babae. It is because of that confusion that Satan had given to them upon the failure of their responsibility becoming fruit. How about the second one? Diba? Ang second blessing ni God is to establish an ideal family. But because Adam and Eve failed to become fruitful, ang kanilang tinanggap satanic word. Ano nangyari sa kanila? They enter into a family life. Ang problema, centering on Satan's blessing. Kaya ang nangyari, instead of realizing an ideal family, ang na-realize is what? Evil family. So, based on this evil family, naging building block ito ng evil society. And then lumaki ito into evil nation. And finally, instead of establishing God's kingdom, Satan's kingdom was realized on earth. So makita nyo na twist ang original plan ni God. Instead of realizing God's kingdom, it was realized yung kaharian ni Satanas. Because of their failures dun sa 3 blessing na binigay ni God sa kay Adan at saka kay Eva. How about the third one? Paano to naging curse sa tao? So yung third one, di ba? Dominion of love. Dapat tayo yung mga laga sa creation. Dapat maging Lord of the creation tayo. Pero anong ginawa natin? Because of immaturity natin, ang ginawa natin, give and take sa creation, pansarili natin, selfish. Instead of taking care of the creation, ano nangyari? Sinisira natin ang creation because we are centering on Satan's love. So instead of creating God's kingdom through taking care of the creation and having love towards one another, anong na-create natin? Kingdom of hell. Kaharian ni Satanas. Kaya hindi ba ito ang sinabi ni Kristo sa Biblia? Sabi niya na our parents is Satan and the kingdom here on earth, yung sanlibutan, is actually hell. So, because of this failure to establish this 3 great blessing of God, ang na-create natin, sabi natin kanina, supposed to be one world family under one parent, that is God. Ang na-create natin is evil world. A world where there is conflicts, division, killings, wars. So kaya makita nyo, taliwas sa sistema o sa plano na gustong ibigay sa atin ng Diyos. Kaya nga, sabi ko sa inyo kanina, blessing will come after certain fulfillment of responsibility. Without the fulfillment of responsibility, there is no blessing. Okay? So responsibilidad ang makapagbibigay sa atin ng blessing. So kaya makita nyo na dahil sa failure ni Adan at ni Eva sa pag-fulfill ng 3 blessing ni God sa kanila, ang na-create instead of God's kingdom, ang na-create evil kingdom or Satan's kingdom. At ang naging puno, pinagmulan, ay ang pamilya. So, after this, we'll go to the physical approach. Kasi tapos na tayo this spiritual approach that is based on the Bible. We are now going to the physical approach given by Father Moon and Mother Moon, basing on morality, sa moralidad ng tao. Okay? We believe, di ba, naniniwala tayo na the origin of love is God. Originally, before the fall, bago magkasala si Adan at si Eva, isa lang ang standard ng love. When you talk of love, that is God's love already. Kasi isa lang ang standard of love at that time. But when Satan get into picture and embedded to Adam and Eve a new standard of love, naging dalawa na ang standard ng love because of Satan. So, ngayon, if we talk of love, hindi natin basta-basta ma-analyze sino ba ang giver ng love na yon. Kailangan i-distinguish natin. So, para ma-distinguish natin, yung love na nanggagaling kay Satan, yung standard of love na from Satan, lagyan natin ng pangalang false love. At yung love na galing kay God, lagyan natin ng pangalang true love. So that makita natin, kaagad-agad, sino yung giver ng love na yon? Kung kanino yung standard. Okay? So remember, when we talk of God's love, we are talking of true love. When we talk of false love, we're talking of Satan's love. Okay? So, ito yung nangyari. Originally, the standard of love is only one. That is God's love. But because Satan get into picture and introduce a new kind of love to Adam and Eve, naging dalawa na yung standard. Kaya, true love and false love. Okay? So, let's continue. Now, let's go to comparison. Let's compare what is true love and what is false love. What is the purpose of this? The purpose of this is to know kung anong klaseng love yung nasa sa atin. So that by knowing the kind of love that we have, we could start changing it. Okay? Because sometimes the reason why we don't change is because we don't know what is the real me. Yun ang kaibahan. Kaya we must understand and we must know ano ba yung standard na klase ng pag-ibig na nasa sa akin. Especially kayo, napapunta kayo into a family life. Okay, one characteristic of true love is giving, as a giver. Actually, according to Father and Mother Moon, that is the main definition of love, of God's love, of true love. Giving without expectation. So anong counterpart niyan pagdating sa satanic love? Ang tao who has false love o satanic love, he wants to receive more than giving. Mas gusto niyang tumanggap. Nagbibigay man siya, napakakaunti. Mas gusto niya tanggap ng tanggap. He's more on receiving. That is satanic. And this, when we go to the second number to true love, sacrifice or sacrificial. Dun sa counterpart niya sa false love, the person who possesses that is actually very selfish. He don't want to sacrifice for the sake of your partner. He wants his partner or her partner to sacrifice for himself. Karaniwan ganon. O bakit hindi ka ganito? Pag serve mo ko, ganon. Ang hinahanap niya, siya ang servant. Hindi siya yung magsaserve. The third one is humility. A person who possesses true love, he or she is very humble. At ang counterpart nito sa false love is very proud. Kasi sabihin niya, ako yung tama. Ako palagi yung tama. Mali ka, mali ka, mali ka. Ako yung tama. So, makikita nyo yung comparison ng false love and true love. Next is, person who possesses true love, in terms of honesty, he's very, very honest. That's why he is capable na maitrust siya ng tao. And dun sa counterpart ng sa false love, dishonesty. Diba? Of course. Very dishonest. Lahat ng kasinungalingan sasabihin niya just to protect yung kanyang estado. Hindi siya mapahiya, hindi siya mawala ng kredibilidad sa tao. Kasinungalingan ang gagawin. And the next one is, yun nga, trusted. So, because of your honesty, siyempre, magiging trusted siya ng kanyang partner. And vice versa, he will also trust yung kanyang partner. But how about sa false love? Kahit walang ginagawang masama yung kanyang asawa, yung kanyang partner, Naku, ginawa mo to. Uy, nakita lang na ganito. Uy, siguro ikaw nang bababae ka na o ikaw nang lalaki ka na. Napakadali niyang magkaroon ng ganong idea. Because she himself, hindi ka trust yung kanyang sarili. Kaya wala siyang trust sa iba. So kaya dapat within ourselves, kaya alam mo na ikaw pwede kang i-trust so that you can be trusted by others. Dapat marunong kang mag-trust din sa partner. It takes two to tango. Hindi ka makakasayaw ng tango na nag-iisa ka. Kailangan, if you want to be trusted, you must trust also others. And then, last, number 6, yung love na layunin nakasentro sa Diyos. Hindi sa kabila self-centered. Hindi nakasentro yung pagmamahal niya sa sarili. Mahalin mo ako kasi asawa mo ako. Mahalin mo ako kasi ako yung breadwinner ng family. No. Mahal mo ang asawa mo because God has given to you your eternal spouse. That is actually ang characteristic ng tao na who possessed through love, ng isang matured na tao. Kaya yan ang gustong mangyari ni God dun sa first blessing. Before you enter into family life, you must possess this as a matured person. Dapat ganito tayo inihanda ng Diyos. Dahil alam niya na ang pamilya ay isang napakalaking responsibilidad sa pagbuo ng kanyang kaharian. So we must know these things in order for us to understand what is God's intention sa pagtatayo ng pamilya. Okay? So, makita niyo originally, this is the original plan of God, di ba? Becoming fruitful, mag-matured ka, possess this characteristic of having this kind of true love. So, if this is standard of true love will be teach in the family, dito sa pamilya, it will become an ideal family. And if this family will enlarge into many families, it will form a society. And if the society in the nation, it will become the standard of this, it will become an ideal nation, and so on and so forth. And finally, the kingdom of heaven will be realized on earth. So ito yung original plan. Ryan, Joy, Nicole, sa tao. Kaya lang, because of Satan's embedded false love to Adam and Eve, ang na-realize na standard is fallen standard. Immature kind of character. Gusto lang niya sarili. Proud of himself. Hindi siya honest, kaya hindi niya mapagkatiwalaan ultimo yung kanyang partner kasi siya mismo hindi katiwa-tiwala ang mga ginagawa niya. And he's only centered on himself. Sa kapakanan niya mostly. Dapat ako lang ang iserve mo. Ako ang padre di pamilya. So this kind fallen standard were inculcated or embedded in the family after na magkasala si Adan at si Eva. At this becoming an evil family, lumaki to into an evil society. Become also a building block for an evil nation. And finally, the kingdom of hell was realized. At ito yung makita mong twist na nangyari sa plano ni God. Dahil sa pagiging irresponsibilidad ni Adan at ni Eva ng tao. Okay? So this actually, yung spiritual and physical approach that Father and Mother Moon had given, especially to those who want to enter into family life. So now, we're going to the importance of marriage. Ano ba yung kahalagahan ng ng pag-aasawa, ng marriage. According to Father and Mother Moon, number 1 is to fully resemble God's image. Actually, maaaring narinig niyo na to before dun sa mga before na pag-uusap natin, but I just want for you to review more. Sabi dito sa Genesis 1:27, so God created man in His own image. In His own image, He created them. Male and female, He created them. So, ibig sabihin, ang imahe ni God is male and female. Kasi imahe tayo ni God. Babae o lalaki ka, we are both image of God. So, sa pamamagitan ng marriage o pag-iisang dibdib, kaya hindi ba sinasabi ng nagkakasal, mapariman yan o ministro, na dalawa kayo pero sa kasal ipinag-iisang laman na kayo. So meaning na because of marriage, the full resemblance of God's image will be formed sa pamamagitan ng marriage. So makikita nyo na when God created, He invested His image half to man and half to woman. But again in marriage, it will become one through marriage. The full image of God. Kaya, Ryan, you are only half image of God. Joy, you are only half image of God. But in marriage, sa gagawin ninyo sa March 23, you will resemble the full image of God. The second one is, of course, yung pinag-aralan natin kanina, you can fulfill the second blessing of God. Because God's blessing, the second blessing of God is for us to enter into family. That is the very purpose of every creation of God, to enter into family life. Later, pag-aaralan natin yun, bakit isa yan sa layunin ng tao? Bakit kailangan mong mag-enter into family life? So, by attending marriage, you are fulfilling the second blessing of God. That is one of the importance of marriage. How about the third one? This is very actually interesting. In marriage, you become a co-creator of God. Alam mo ba, hindi, na through family, through marriage, tayo ibinigyan ng privilege ni God na to feel God's heart yung time na kinrate niya tayo. Yung time na isinilang niya. So through our own children, having a family, we can feel that kind of feelings, the happiness that God had felt when after the creation, His children, Adam and Eve. So we become God's co-creator. Imagine mo, God is the creator, di ba? But because we are creating our own children, we become God's co-creator. That is very, very actually privileged, most privileged to us. That through entering into family life, we could become God's co-creator. And in that way, we could feel the happiness that God had felt at the time of the birth of Adam and Eve. Mararanasan niyo yung kanyang kaligayahan na naramdaman nung isinilang niya si Adam at si Eve. Ganyan din kayo pag kayo ay nagkaroon ng sarili ninyong mga anak. So ito yung importance ng marriage. How about the importance of family? Okay. So let's talk about the importance of family. Ano ba ang importance ng family? Ito yung sabi ko sa inyo kanina, bakit kailangan o layunin natin na lahat ng tao ay mag-enter into family? Because in the family, Ryan, Joy, you can experience the different kinds of love that man needs in order to mature. Para makita niyo kung paano para tayo mag-mature, we need this kinds of love. Saya, number one importance of family is to develop one's heart. How can you develop one's heart? Through the family, sa pamamagitan ng pamilya, madidevelop ang ating pag-ibig. Kaya nga sabi sa amin, ang pamilya ay isang paaralan kung saan ang specialization ay pag-ibig. Family. Ano yung klaseng pagmamahal na ating matututunan sa pamilya? Una, filial heart. Habang nung bata kayo, di ba, na-experience niyo yung pagmamahal ng magulang niyo bilang bata kayo. Nandiyan yung ibibigay sa inyo yung lahat ng pangangailangan niyo, di ba? Yung puprotektahan kayo kasi bata pa kayo. So we need to understand that. Pag hindi nyo na-feel yung importance ng pagmamahal habang bata kayo ng magulang nyo, there will be a problem later on. Pag kayo na yung naging magulang. Because you don't know how to handle your children. In order for you to know how to handle yung mga bata, dapat kayo mismo na-experience nyo yun. Para malaman nyo kung paano ko ba i-handle itong batang ito. Diba? The second one is brothers and sisters heart. Yung pagmamahal ng ating kapatid sa atin, sa pamilya mo, mararanasan nyo. Alam nyo ba na itong pagmamahal bilang kapatid, kailangan natin paglabas natin sa pamayanan? Bakit? Paano? Diba? Sa pamamagitan ng ating experience sa pagmamahal ng ating kapatid, we are now ready to love other people. Kahit hindi mo kapatid. That is the foundation. Para mahalin mo ang kapwa mo, dapat malaman mo yan, ma-experience mo yan sa pamilya. Kaya usually, nung mga taong kulang ang pagmamahal sa kanyang kapwa, ito yung mga taong kulang ang experience o baka hindi na-experience na magkaroon ng pagmamahal bilang sa kapatid sa pamilya. How about conjugal heart? The third one, pagmamahal ng asawa mo pag nag-asawa na kayo. Kayo mararanasan nyo yan after this March. Kailangan malaman mo yan. Yung pagmamahal ng asawa ng partner mo. And the fourth one, ito yung pinaka-highest among all kinds of love. And this kind of love can be compared to the love of God sa parent. Yung pagmamahal ng magulang sa kanya. Di ba nakita nyo, alam nyo ba, ato ini, ang pagmamahal ng Diyos bago kinrate niya si Adan at si Eva? For how many days kinrate ng Diyos ang creation before the creation of Adam and Eve? Di ba? Diba? On the 6th day, God created man. So, yung 1 to 5 days, i-created niya ang creation. Alam niyo ba na para maipakita natin ang pagmamahal ng Diyos sa tao, sa kay Adan at kay Eva, the 1 to 5 days is actually, it's like sa inyong pag-aasawa. Diba? Bago ika-9 months na inyong anak, naghahanda na kayo. I-prepare nyo yung mga pangangailangan ng anak. Para pagdating ng anak nyo, nakahanda na well-planned yung and well taken care yung magiging anak. Ganyan si God. The reason why God first created the things that needed by man ng kanyang anak. He prepared everything. Kaya on the last day, God created Adam. Yung handa na ang lahat. That is the heart of the parent. Kaya kayo, mararanasan nyo yan. Na kakainin nyo na lang, ibibigay nyo pa sa inyong anak. Ibibili nyo na lang ng gamit mo dahil kailangan ng anak mo, ibibigay nyo sa inyo. That is the heart of the parent. Kaya nga, hindi ba may kasabihan sa atin na ang magulang, mas gugustuhin niyan siya ang mamatay for the sake of his children. Handang mamatay for the sake of his children. Because that is the highest kind of love. That is the maturity of love. That's why, yan ang kahalagaan kung bakit gusto ng Diyos na maging matured tayo bago mag-enter into marriage. 10 minutes ato ini mapuputol to, balik na lang ulit tayo. Pag naputol to, magsasanduli ako ng link. Okay?
Sige po, kuya.
And then, yan ang parents. Kaya kita nyo ato ini, kayo na mag-start na kayo ng family, you must equip yourself. Dun ito. Alam pa kayo dun sa parental heart, of course, ano? Alam pa kayo dun.
Mm.
But the 1 to 3, you already experienced this. And then you enhance it to other people. Itong
Mm.
sa family is only a foundation. Pundasyon to. It's not enough. Ito ay palalakihin nyo, palalawakin nyo sa pamamagitan ng pakikisalamuha sa ibang tao. And then, when you become parents, dapat, ngayon, equip na kayo nito para unti-unti kayo mismo ang magbibigay na ng paghahanda sa inyong mga anak. You will give the love to your children, di ba? Kailangan sabi ko sa inyo, dapat bilang anak, maranasan niyo yung pagmamahal ng bilang magulang. Yun, ibibigay niyo yun sa kanila kasi naranasan niyo yun. Eh kung wala kayong, hindi niyo na-experience yun, how can you? So that's why, makita niyo, ang plano ni God, systematic. Bakit? Sapagkat gusto niya na ma-reach yung tama, yung standard na level. So this is actually the number one importance of family. Na ma-develop yung heart ng bawat tao habang nasa pamilya. That's why family is the school of love. The second one, sabi dito, di ba, kagaya nung kanina, family is the building block of the kingdom of heaven. Di ba? Sa pamamagitan ng pamilya, ang kaharian ng Diyos ay marirealize dito sa mundo natin. Kaya, nakasalalay sa pamilya ang pagbuo ng kaharian ng Diyos. So before the kingdom of heaven will be realized sa mundo natin, first you must establish the kingdom of heaven in your own family. Invite God in your family. Let God dwell in your family. And through that, you can experience the love of God in your family. And the kingdom of heaven will be realized into your own family. Kaya napakalaga ng pamilya. Susi, actually sabi nga na, susi ang pamilya sa pagbuo ng kaharian ng Diyos. Third one, family is the microcosm of the society. Makita nyo, yung pamilya, isang maliit, microcosm meaning isang maliit na paaralan. Di ba? Sabi nga natin kanina, school of love. Not only school of love, but di ba sa pamilya habang bata ka, magulang ang nagtuturo sa inyo kahit na hindi about love. Di ba? Even about knowledge sa mundo. They will be the first one to teach, di ba, sa mga anak. Kaya microcosm ng isang maliit na pamayanan ang pamilya. Second, hospital. Diba? Yung mga minor injury, minor na galos o sugat man, isang lagnat, minor na sakit, sa pamilya, ginagamot na yan. It's a microcosm of the society, ang pamilya. And not only that, the family is the shelter ng problema sa pamayanan. Kung may problema sa pamayanan, in the family, he or she will be sheltered there. Pangangalagaan siya. And also the family is the place of joy. Supposed to be, family is the place of joy and happiness. And so on, and so on. Kaya, makita nyo, yung buong mundo, yung pamilya isang maliit na mundo na yan. Microcosm. Isang maliit na pamayanan, isang maliit na bansa, isang maliit na mundo. Kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo, in order to establish the kingdom of heaven in the world, first establish the kingdom of heaven in your own family. Sa pamamagitan yan, lalaki. Okay? And finally, the last importance of family is the ticket for you to enter to the kingdom of heaven. According to Father and Mother Moon, kingdom of heaven is a place for family. You cannot enter heaven without having a family. Because, meaning, pag wala kang pamilya, less yung inyong experience of love. Because the kingdom of heaven is a place of love. How can you live in the kingdom of heaven with such standard of love if your heart while on earth didn't develop? So how can you cope up when you go to the spirit world in the kingdom of heaven? How can you cope up and live happy and joyfully sa kingdom of heaven kung ang iyong standard of love is lower than the standard of love in the kingdom of heaven? And not only that, kung for example, ang heart mo, Joy, is okay, makamit ng standard, and you go to the kingdom of heaven, at si Ryan, medyo mababa ang na-reach niyang standard, hindi nakapasok sa kaharian ng Diyos, can you feel that you are in the kingdom of heaven? Hindi. Sa magulang mo ganun din, sa anak mo ganun din. So, you can feel only in the kingdom of heaven happiness and joy kung lahat kayo nakapasok doon. That is the true happiness. Because you cannot feel happy kung magulang mo, anak mo, o asawa mo ay nasa kaharian ni Satan. That's why, family, napakahalaga ng pamilya. You are responsible, Joy, to your husband. And Ryan, you are responsible to Joy. And both of you are responsible to your children. That is the family. Kaya, be responsible, Ryan and Joy. Malapit na kayo to enter in this state. Kaya nga sabi ko kanina sa inyo, family is actually the most challenging part of man's life. This is the most challenging. Because the challenge that you will receive or encounter is not only the level on the individual level, but on the family level. Yung challenges ng anak ninyo is your own challenges. Yung challenges ng asawa mo is your own challenges. That's why, pamilya, tayo hinubog ng Diyos para tayo magkasama, magkatulong, maging isa sa adhikain at pagresolba. Yung, di ba, may mga challenges. Pagsasaluhan niyo yan, gagawin, magtutulong kayo para ma-overcome niyo yung challenges. Yan ang kahalagaan ng pamilya. Kaya, maging ganito dapat ang inyong pananaw sa pamilya. Hindi yung ang pamilya, ay magkakaanak lang kami, magkakatrabaho mga anak ko, magkakaroon kami ng maraming pera, and that's enough. No. That's not origin of the standard ng pamilya. That's not the purpose why God created family. Kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo, because of the fall of Adam and Eve, nagkaroon ng confusion ng tao, naging immature tayo. That's why we don't know the real purpose of God sa pamilya. Sabi nga nung iba, kaya lang mag-aasawa, gusto makatikim ng kaluto ng Diyos. No. That's not true. That's not true. Kaya, dapat alam natin ito. Now, we are responsible not only to our family, but for other families as well. Kaya nga, sa pag-asawa, di ba? Sabi sa pag-asawa, ang dalawa ay pinag-isa na. So, hindi ibig sabihin na you will be only responsible sa sarili niyong pamilya. Yung dalawa na yon, kung pinag-isa sila, yung isa, hindi siya nag-iisa per se. The whole clan or the whole family, the whole tribes of husband, together, isasama yan sa tribes mo. And they will become one. So you will not only be responsible sa sarili niyong pamilya, but you are responsible for the whole tribes, both tribes. I'm not talking of financial, ano? Baka ma-misunderstood ako. Naku, lintugan pa lang, pera pa lang, hindi, I'm not talking of financial. But kasama yon, di ba? Kasama yon. Pero hindi ibig sabihin na kung mo nangailangan sila, bigyan nyo kagad. No, hindi ganun na ibig sabihin. Meaning, nasa sa inyo yon kung paano nyo kayo magtutulong. Pero hindi nyo sasabihin, ay hindi ko na kayo responsibilidad, may sarili na akong pamilya. No, yun ang maling kaisipan ng mga tao. Sasabihin nila,